have you ever wondered if you can get both Medicare and Medicaid coverages at the same time? Well, if so, first off, that's a really good question. And secondly, you're in the right place because that's exactly what I'm going to be answering for you here in this video and giving you all the details you need to know to take advantage of both of these programs simultaneously. So with that being said, let's get into it and discuss all the details. First off, thank you so much for liking and sharing this video with those buttons down below. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, do you know somebody that may benefit from the information here in this video? If so, will you please make sure to share this video with them with that share button down below? Again, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Let's get into it and talk about it. All right, so maybe you heard my little hint a few seconds ago, but the answer to the big question is, can you get Medicare and Medicaid coverages at the same time? The answer is yes, absolutely you can. In fact, as of right now, there's about 14 million people all across the country that have both of these coverages. So you're certainly not alone. If you qualify for this, you may want to look into it and grab those coverages, because here's the thing. Does Medicare cover everything? No. Does Medicaid cover everything? No. But simultaneously covered, you may get a lot more coverage there, and then it would also help you cover a lot more things there, and again, reduce your exposure, again, out-of-pocket expenses, right? That's always what we're looking for here. So anyway, there are some parameters about this. Is this eligible for everybody? No, okay? So again, I want to make that very clear, but I will give you the details. So it's actually based on, number one, age or your situation. If somebody's receiving Social Security, whether it's retirement or disability benefits, that's going to play a little bit of a role into it, but there's a lot of different parameters here. So I'm going to run through the details about that, who would be eligible for these, either one or the other, or again, both at the same time. And again, there's a lot of numbers here. There's a lot of information. So I hope that I can answer it for you. I'm pretty confident I can. As always, leave your comments, your questions, your feedback down below, and I can always come back and do what I can to answer them further or elaborate more if you need me to. All right, so you ready to jump into this? I hope so. Okay, so who is eligible for Medicare? Now, number one, generally, those individuals that are aged 65 or older can be enrolled in Medicare, right? However, there's always a however to the situation, right? If somebody's under the age of 65 and they obviously have a disability and they're receiving SSDI benefits, then again, they may be subject to Medicare coverages as well. But in general, it's somebody that's age 65 or older. You can then enroll in Medicare, okay? However, what do you need to do in order to be eligible for Medicare and then get some Medicaid on top of that, okay? Here's what I'm going to tell you, is you can get partial coverage for Medicaid along with your Medicare if you meet the certain criteria, okay? There's income thresholds for individuals and married couples. I'll give you some numbers here in just a second, as well as there's also asset allocations, as in asset limits, okay? You need to have income under a certain threshold, and you need to have asset levels under a certain threshold as well, because if you have too much of either income or assets, you're basically disqualified from getting that additional Medicaid coverage, because it's kind of like a needs-based program where they're not going to give it to somebody that has, a couple $100,000 or a couple $1,000,000 sitting in the bank. That's not how it works, okay? I think you know that, but just want to throw that out there really quick, just in case to clear the area a little bit. All right, so let me give you the numbers now. So I'm going to give you first numbers for individual, okay? So this is going to include monthly income, and yes, this does include your Social Security monthly benefit. If you're currently receiving Social Security, the numbers I'm going to share with you here in just a second also includes your monthly income. So if you're getting $1,000 a month from Social Security, that's going to be calculated into these income numbers, okay? Just take that into consideration, okay? It is not exempt from your income. It is counted toward these numbers, okay? And by the way, this is gross income, not net income. In other words, the big number that you get paid, not net after taxes and deductions and stuff like that, okay? Got that? All right, so for an individual, you can have monthly income between the ranges, or what I should say is up to the range of $1,275 up to $1,715, okay? Not to exceed these thresholds. And again, there's some different parameters around that, but this is what it is for an individual. Now, Asset levels, okay? You might be wondering, asset levels for an individual, $9,340 is what it comes down to for an individual, is what the asset level is. Now, obviously, there's some different things that are excluded from that, like your home, one car, a burial site, a little bit of money for, burial expenses and stuff like that. But again, you kind of get the point there, okay? It does include, again, your Social Security checks. It includes your money in your savings account, your checking account, cash accounts, stock accounts, brokerage accounts, retirement accounts, all of these things like this. It does include those, okay? So just take all that into consideration. All right, so that is for an individual. Now, a married couple. If you're in a married couple and you're looking for some Medicare with a little Medicaid on top, if that's what you're looking for here, then yes, you may also be eligible. But just like an individual, there's some income thresholds that must be you must be within the income thresholds, as well as the asset levels as well. All right, so here they are. The income levels, and again, this is on a monthly basis for an individual, ranges between $1,724, again, $1,724 up to $2,320 is that range there. Not to be exceeded, okay? Up to those levels, not to be exceeded. But there's also an asset level as well for a married couple, and again, this is $14,130. Okay, same situation applies here. Assets does not include your primary residence, does not include one vehicle, does not include, again, burial site, does not include, $1,500 of funeral, stuff like that, okay? You kind of know the drill on that. But it does include cash accounts, checking, savings, CDs, brokerage accounts, stocks, equities, all the stuff like this, retirement accounts. It does include all of that, okay? So this is what you would need to know in order to be eligible for potentially both of these, Medicare and a little bit of Medicaid on top. And like I said earlier, 14 million people as of right now are enrolled in both of these. So it's a lot of people, right? So if you feel that your income is below these thresholds and your asset levels are also below, remember, any one of those could make you ineligible for coverages of Medicaid along with your Medicare, okay? So let's just say, for example, you're, an individual, married couple, it doesn't really matter. But let's say that you're enrolled in Medicare and you want to know if you can get Medicaid on top of that. If any one of those, let's just say that you get, I'm just going to make up a number here. Let's just say that you get $900 a month from Social Security. So you might think, great, my income is below the monthly thresholds that you gave it just a second ago. That's awesome. But you have, 25 grand sitting in the bank in a checking account, a savings account, in a CD, a retirement account, a stock portfolio. I don't know. The list goes on and on. You would then be ineligible because, yes, your income may be below the threshold, but now your assets have now exceeded the asset levels. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So just remember all that. Take all that into consideration. It's all very important. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I hope this helps you. As always, leave a comment, your questions, your feedback down below. I can make another dedicated video to follow up on this and elaborate further. I can jump on a live stream. Whatever you need from me, please just let me know. Otherwise, subscribe down below, like the video down below, share the video again with your friends on my social media. Check out the other videos here on the channel, the thousands in the video library, those that I've hand selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section, and right now popping up on your screen, you'll see some videos there as well. Thank you. Make sure you take your selection now. Have a nice day, and I'll catch you again later in the next video. I'll see you for now.